Okay, now,
Maha,
okay, Mataji, go ahead.
Mahabhutanya ahankaro buddhir avyaktam evacha indriyani dasaikam cha panchate chendri
Chandriyo,
chendriyo
Chandriyo,
gochara.
Gochara.
Icha dvesha. Prabhuji, go
Yeah,
ahead.
that is,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, Mataji. So,
You can go ahead, Prabhu, and then I'll recite. That's okay. You can go
okay,
ahead.
no problem. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Ichadesha shukam dukam shangato chetanadriti etat ketram samashena shabikaram udaritam. Ichadesha shukam dukam shangato chetanadriti etat ketram samashena shabikaram udaritam. Ichadesha shukam dukam shangato chetanadriti Etataketam Shamashena Shavikaram Udaritam. Please chant, Mataji.
Sure, Prabhu. Ichha dvesha sukham dukham sangagna swechitana dhruti
Diti.
etak kshetra samase etak kshetram samasena savikara mudahritam.
Very good. Any more?
इच्छाद्वेषः सुखं दुःखं सङ्घातश्च चेतनाधृति एतत् क्षेत्रं समासेन सविकारमुदाहृतम्.
Very good. Excellent. Okay. Synonyms. There are two texts. The synonyms is Mahabhutani, the great elements. Ahankara, false ego. Buddhi, intelligence. Abhyaktam, the unmanifested. Eva, certainly. Cha, also. Indriyani, the senses. Dasha, ekam, 11. Dasha, ekam, 11. Dasha means 10, ekam means 1. 10 plus 1 is 11. Cha, also. Pancha, 5. Cha, also. Indriya gochara. Indriya gochara means the object of the senses. Icha, desire. Desha, hatred. Shukam, happiness. Dukham, distress. Shangata, the aggregate. Chaitana, living symptoms. Drita, conviction. Etat, all these. Shatram, the field of activities. Shamashena, in summary. Sha, boikaram, with interactions. Udaritam, exemplified. Translation and purport written by Srila Prabhupada, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The 5 great elements, false ego, intelligence, the unmanifested, the 10 senses, and the mind. The 5 sense objects, desire, hatred, happiness, distress, the aggregate, the life symptoms, and convictions, all these are considered, in summary, to be the field of activities and its interactions. Purport. From all the authoritative statements of the great sages, the Vedic hymns, and the aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra, the component of this world can be understood as follows. First, there are earth, water, fire, air, and ether. These are the 5 great elements, Mahabhutam. Then there are false ego, intelligence, and the unmanifested stage of the 3 modes of nature. Then there are 5 senses for acquiring knowledge. the eyes, ear, nose, tongue, and skin. Then 5 working senses: voice, legs, hands, anus, and genitals. Then above the senses, there is the mind, who is within and who can be called the sense within. Therefore, including the mind, there are 11 senses altogether. Then 11 senses altogether. In the verse, we saw it, the meaning, would you remember? That is Dasha Ekam, that 11, that is, it came in here. Then there are 5 objects of the senses: a smell, taste, form, touch, and sound. Now the aggregate of these 24 elements is called the field of activity. Mind, that is called the field of activity. If one makes an analytical study of these 24 subjects, then he can very well understand the field of activity. Then there are desire, hatred, happiness, and distress, which are interactions, representations of the 5 great elements of the gross body. The living symptoms represented by consciousness and convictions are the manifestation of the subtle body: mind, ego, and intelligence. These subtle elements are included within the field of the activities. The 5 great elements are a gross representation of the false ego, which in turn represents the primal stage of false ego, technically called the materialistic conception, or tamasha buddhi, intelligence in ignorance. This further represents the unmanifested stage of the 3 modes of material nature. The unmanifested modes of material nature are called pradhana. You understand pradhana? Unmanifested, manifestation, unmanifested elements. That is, in Sanskrit, it is called shukka body, subtle body. English, it is called subtle body. And it is, another name is called the pradhana. What are the shukka body? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Mind, intelligence, and false ego is the pradhana, right? One who desires to know the 24 elements in detail, along with their interactions, should study the philosophy in more detail. In Bhagavad Gita, a summary only is given. The body is the representation of all these factors, and there are changes of the body, which are 6 in number. The body is born, it grows, it stays, it produces byproducts, then it begins to decay, and at the last stage, it vanishes. Therefore, the field is non-permanent material things. However, the Shatraga, the knower of the field, is proprietor, is different. So here we are so many things we can see. I can see it. We can discuss one by one. Then now I can pray to the Parampara system, Gurudev and Parampara system. Om Agyananti Miranjasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jana Tashmai Shri Gurave Namam Shri Chaitanyam Manobishtam Sthapitam Jana Bhutale Shayangarupa Kadamayam Dadati Shapadantikam Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Juta Pada Kamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamshtam Sri Rupam Shakra Jatam Shagana Raghunathan Nitam Tam Shajivam Sadvaitam Shabadhutam Purijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Shagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitamishtam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandha Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vishavanu Shute Devi Pranamami Hari Prem Vancha Kalpatarubhyashta Kripa Sindhabhaya Evacha Patitanang Pavanebho Vishnavebho Namo Namo Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today we will discuss these two texts, 6 and 7. Actually, I mentioned before that this chapter is a philosophical chapter. So we have to be carefully understand this chapter actually. And this is actually most important for us. Why? It is everything in this text, everything described in our body. Whatever within our body, everything described very nicely. Arjuna's question and Krishna gave the answer. So before we discuss this, I am going to recap. Then it will be the recap is will help to understand the text, to understand the present 6 and 7 text. So we know that Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that is the first six chapter, what it was described. It is described Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Dhyana Yoga. Karma, Gyan, and Dhyan. Then in the middle 6th chapter, it was kept within the last 6th chapter. In between 6th chapter, it was kept because this is more Gujyatama. So first 6th chapter is a Gujya, then last middle 6th chapter is a Gujyatama, and last 6th chapter is a Gujyatara. So in English grammar, we saw it positive, comparative, and superlative. So here is also Krishna talk so nicely, systematically, this Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So Arjuna then asked, Arjuna asked so many questions. In here also, this chapter also, Arjuna asked another 6 questions to Krishna. What are the 6 questions? What is Prakriti? Prakriti kriyamanani guna karmani sarvasya ahankara virmudatma kattaha iti manyate. So what is Prakriti? What is Purusha? Right? What is Shatram? And what is Shatragam? What is Jnanam? What is Gayam? What is Gayam? So there are 6 questions he first asked to Krishna. Krishna then one by one gave the answer. We have to understand these things. Then Prakriti. Prakriti means that this nature is a Prakriti. Prakriti means material nature. It is not an spiritual nature. It is a material nature. Purusha means enjoyer, the enjoyer, who is the enjoyer of the Prakriti. Then Shatram means the field. Where is the field? In this nature, there is itself is a field. Then Shatragam, knower of the field. This is Shatragam. I will discuss a little bit deep on this. And Jnanam, the knowledge, and Gayam, the object of knowledge. So here Krishna describes Shatra, Shatraga, and Jnanam. That is the three questions. Question number 3, question number 4, and question number 5. These 4 questions. So Shatra is a body. That is the Shatra is the field of activity for conditioned soul. Suppose our body, what we are doing, we have a lot of activities. We go to the work for earning money for the family, and we do a lot of activities. It is in there. That where it is doing, that is with the body we are doing this work. That is in this Shatra is the body. For the body we are doing work. So, and Shatraga. So that means who is the important person in the Shatra, in the body. That is Dehi Ashmin Jata Dehe Jovanam Kumarang Jara Deha Antara Pratte Dirastatra Namujjati. There Krishna already mentioned that in 2nd chapter, 13 verse. Right? So that means Shatraga, he knows the body. Suppose I have a body, I am talking with you. So when Shatraga will leave this body, then my body is a dead body. And there will be no activities of the body. Right? So that is so now who is the Shatraga? Shatraga is a soul. That is. Then Shatragna, there is another is that Shatragnam and Jnanam. What is the Jnanam? Jnanam means the perfect knowledge. And there is another Shatraga, that is the super Shatraga. So Shatraga, there are 2 types of Shatraga in the body. One is called the Atma, other is called the Paramatma, super soul. So there are 2 types of Shatraga in our body. And Jnanam is that is the perfect knowledge. That is after that is the material body, that is the soul and super soul. That is when that we can understand what is soul, what is the function of the soul, and who is super soul, what is the function of the super soul. That is the Jnanam. That is the Jnanam. And am I this body? No, I am not in the body. I am not a body. I am a soul. So this is to understand this is called the Jnanam. So that is called the consciousness also. So now I am going a little bit deeper in here. So we know that is then What is Prakriti? We know that. We discuss on this. Prakriti means the nature, right? Then the Purusha, Purusha the enjoyer. Shatra, that is the field of activities, right? Then Shatraga is knower. So then knowledge and the object knowledge, object of knowledge. This is also the body. This body is the field of activities for the conditioned soul. Mind that. It is only for the conditioned soul. Condition, what is the conditioned soul? I mentioned it before that is the subtle body. What are the subtle body? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. These are the subtle body. This is called the conditioned soul, Shukha body. Right? Then, what is body? The body means that Prakriti, Purusha, and that is the body. The body means the Prakriti. That is our body. We are activities is going on through the body. That is the body's function. Okay, and what are involved to start the activities in the body? Who is that person? Who are them? They are the senses. Through the senses, we can see. Through the tongue, we can taste. Through the nose, we can smell. Similarly, through the ear, we can hear. So all the senses that is in the body, and through the senses, we can do the activities. That is. So while discussing the subject of the body and the knower of the body, the soul and the super soul, we shall find three different topics of study. What are the three different studies? We find it out. The Lord, the living entity, that is the soul, and the matter. Right? And the matter, this body and soul and the super soul is the Paramatma. That is, we saw it there. So what is Paramatma? Paramatma is the plenary expansion of Lord. So this is the, I mentioned your Prabhuji's and Mataji's. This is very important to know, and it's very philosophical. So please don't be upset. What can I do? This is the text. We have to explain it, and that is, we should know it actually. So here there are two kinds of Shatraga. I mentioned that the living individual living entity and supreme living entity. Atma and Paramatma. So then the we mentioned that Pradhana, not Pradhana, that is the gross elements. We mentioned that it is called Brahma Pancham Pratishtha. That is called the Brahma Pratishtha. I am going a little bit deeper. So, please forgive me. It is very deep then. So there are 5 stages of Brahman realization. Would you remember in Bhagavatam, in Bhagavad Gita also Srila Prabhupada mentioned that Vadanti tatta vida stang jas jnanamat dayam brahmeti paramapnoti bhagavaneti shabdate. It is from Bhagavatam. So there are 3 types of realization. That is Brahman realization, Paramatma realization, and Bhagavan realization. So here I'm talking about the Brahman realization, means Brahma Pancham. It is called the Brahma Pancham. It is a manifestation of the Supreme Lord's energy. So Lord energy, we know that Jiva Shakti, then external energy, internal energy, and marginal energy. There are three types of energy. But beyond that, Lord says innumerable energies. So Lord's energies, there are another 5 kinds of energy. What are the 5 kinds of energy? It is the Annamaya. I am explaining a little bit. This is very deep and I am explaining it is Lord's energy known as Annamaya, dependence upon food for existence. We are everybody working very hard for the food. That is, Anna means rice. There is Annamaya. It is called Annamaya. Annamaya. Then Pranamaya. What is the Pranamaya? Pranamaya, then if we eat, then Pranamaya, after realizing the supreme absolute truth in food, one can realize absolute truth in the living symptoms or life forms. So when I am very hungry, I eat rice. Then after eat rice, my hunger gone. Then I have big breath that Lord given me, this provided me this anna. For that reason, I am very happy now. So that is called the pranamaya. Then the jnanamaya. Jnanamaya means that realization extends beyond the living symptoms to the point of thinking, feeling, and willing. So after we ate, then what happened? If I do not have this or no, then I will suffer a lot. I will be hungry more and more. By the mercy of Lord given this or no, and I am very happy after. So then there is one knowledge came from who is provided this annamaya. That is that knowledge is the knowledge is came from from this annamaya and pranamaya. Understand? Annamaya, hungry, ate, then pranamaya, then it's given by Lord. Then jnanamaya, when given, then who given, then that kind of jnana is came. That is called the jnanamaya. Then there is Brahman realization is called Vijnanamaya. What is Brahman realization? Everybody know that there is one example, that is sun rays. Sun rays is an Vijnanamaya, right? Then actually that is also in deeply it is also Jnanamaya, though it is in here, in this context, it is a big Jnanamaya. Then the Anandamaya. So after this, then what happened? And then we became very happy. That is called the realization of the blissful of the nature. This can Lord Krishna provided us all the things that is called. For that reason, I am satisfied. And who given? Lord Krishna provided. That is the actual Gyan. Then I became very happy. Why I became very happy? I am a servant of the servant of him. Right. So for that reason, my Prabhu given me food and I became very, very happy. That is called the Anandamaya. So out of these 5 kinds of energy, Krishna's energy, that is called the Brahma Pancham. So after among the 5, the first 3, what are the first 3? Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Jnanamaya. That is, it is involved in the field of activities. Field of activities means that with the body, field of activities always think it is the body. Body is working, and due to the working, Lord mercy, we got this Annamaya. Right? Anna. Then the other already comes. So in Vedanta Sutra, actually, that is also, it is mentioned that Anandamayo Vyashati, Vyashat, Anandamayo Vyashat. That means that everything, when we got the Ananda, then everything is perfect. Here I am giving another deep thinking that is from Chaitanya Charitamrita and Srimad Bhagavatam. That is, when we chant, and when after Kirtan or during the Kirtan or during the Arati time, when we sing and dance and take the darshan of Lord, then we forgot everything. Right? So what is exist? That is Ananda is exist. Peace is exist. That is we want. We don't want anything in outside. So Krishna bimukh hoya bhogo vancha kore অতএব maya tare japatiya dhare. That means that Krishna bohirmukh hoya, that beyond, not towards Krishna, beyond the Krishna, we are in the Maya. If we are in the towards the Krishna, then that is called the Jnana, that is Ananda. So that was, it was mentioning in here that Vedanta Sutra, that Ananda, Anande Vashive, that Ananda we will feel and we will be absorbed in the Ananda, the full of joy. So then the Vijnanamaya, so then this transcendental, that is called the transcendental bliss. Shat Chit Ananda, that Ananda. You see, Shat Chit Ananda, that is that Ananda, we can feel it. For that Ananda, Krishna expand Radharani, Radharani given the Ananda to Krishna. Right? So that is the bliss. So to enjoy his transcendental bliss, he expands into Vijnanamaya, Pranamaya, and Jnanamaya, and Annamaya. So for that reason, Krishna's energy provided in here. That is the expansion of the Krishna's energy. Vijnanamaya, Vishesh Gyan, that is topmost Gyan. Then Pranamaya, then Jnanamaya and Annamaya, due to that things, field of activities. Okay. Now, Brahma Sutra, that means Vedanta Sutra, that is Brahma Sutra, is also mentioned. There are 3 things. What are the 3 things? That is Na Vyayat Asrute, number 1. Then first, yes. Then second, Natma Sruyate. Then third, Paratat Tak, Parataktu Tak Sruyate. There are 3 things mentioned. I am explaining this. This is first, it is the Na Bayat Asrute. The first aphorism indicates the field of activities. You see, this is the supported by the Vedanta Brahma Sutra. The second is the Natma Sruyate. The second indicates the living entity. Right? activities. First is an activities. Second is the living entity. And third indicates the Supreme Lord, Suman Bonam, among all the manifestations of various entities. So all are created by the Lord himself, Krishna himself. That is the third. So what are the three things? First, field of activities. Second, living activity. And third is the Suman Bonam. That is everything created from Lord Krishna. That is. So now today's text. Today's text, okay, it was in the purport, Srila Prabhupada, it was mentioned that five great elements. I am telling in very briefly, that is, first Pradhana, I mentioned that Pradhana means that three subtle elements. What are the three subtle elements? That is Shukka, that is Shukka body. Shukka body, that is a subtle body. What are them? Mind, intelligence, and false ego. Then five gross element. Five gross element. What are the five gross element? Ether, air, fire, water, and earth. Okay. Then five sense objects. What are the sense objects? Sound, touch, sight, taste, smell. So then how this sense object came? Sound, how we hear sound? Through the ear. How we touch a skin? If I touch the skin, then that through the skin we understand that. How the sight? Eye. To the eye we can see. Then taste through the tongue. Then smell through the nose. So that is, so how many we got it? That is five gross element, five sense subject, five knowledge acquiring senses, 15. Then three subtle body, 15 plus 3, 18. Then there are another five working senses. That activities, field of activities, that is five. That is the voice. I am talking with the voice, right? Then legs, arms, reproductive, evacuating, right? So, Kuri, Bish, 20, 20 plus 3, 23. Then above that, that is the Mahat Tattva. Everything is called the Mahat Tattva. So there are gross body and subtle body plus 24 elements. It was in, and this is described more detail in Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, last few chapter, Kapil Dev, in Shankya philosophy. He mentioned it in there also. That is from the Shankya philosophy. Then this is then the five great elements are a gross representation of the false ego, which in turn represents the primal stage of false ego, technically called the materialistic conception, tamasha buddhi. So tamasha buddhi means subtle body. Everybody we are tamasha buddhi. We do not have the free, clear buddhi, intelligence. So one who desires to know the 24 elements in detail along with their interactions should study the philosophy or in more detail. The body is the representation of, what are the conclusion? Today's conclusion is the body is the representation of all these factors, right? And there are changes of the body which are 6 in number. The body is born, it grows, it stays, it produces byproducts, then it begins to decay. And at the last stage, it vanishes. Therefore, the field is a non-permanent material things. So the field means that the body is not a permanent thing. However, the Shatraga, the knower of the field, its proprietor is different. So our body is not a permanent, it will be destroyed, but Shatraga will be there. That soul will be there. In third chapter Bhagavad Gita, it was mentioned that soul cannot be cut, soul cannot be born, soul cannot be weight. That is the soul characteristics. Soul is soul. Soul never ever be destroyed. So only body will be destroyed. Okay. So is there any questions we can discuss on this and anything else? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Sleeping?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhu.
No.
Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. I mentioned that, Prabhuji, please forgive me. This is the philosophical
topic is in depth, right? So
yeah, it is not a story type discussion. What can I do, Prabhu? Yeah. Please forgive me. Yeah.
No, Prabhuji. Thank you. It was, for me it was good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Is there any discussion, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you
Hare
so
Krishna,
much.
Mataji, Dandavat pranam.
Dandavat pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very nicely explained, Prabhuji, all 24 elements, Mahatattva, and then Paramatma, Brahman, and Bhagwan realization. So nicely, and I like that part, like first that we eat food, Annamaya, then Jnanamaya, right? Pranamaya, then Manna.
Yes, Mataji. Annamaya, Pranamaya, Jnanamaya,
Jnanamaya, and then
Vijnanamaya, and Anandamaya.
Vijnanamaya. Very nice, Prabhuji. Very nicely explain all these points. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Yeah, this chapter is more philosophical and like for new person, like who is listening first time Bhagavad Gita, for them it is like maybe going over the top of the head. But who is listening long time, continuously, different aspects from different thoughts from different devotees, maybe they will realize little bit, not much, but realize little bit. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
100% true. You are true. Actually, last 6 chapter, it is these are the application. Last 6 chapters is the application of the before chapters.
Yeah, first is theoretical, now it's practical.
Practical, now it is a practical. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
But very nicely explained, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Hari.
Thank you, Mataji. Thanks very much. Yeah. Any point of discussion? Anybody has any questions or anything that we have 2 more minutes left. So we can discuss something else.
Hare
Hare
Prabhuji?
Krishna, Prabhu. Okay, Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji. If nobody has any questions, I would like to ask Prabhuji how you came into Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji. If you explain, that will be nice, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much. Yes, actually, Prabhuji, I was in a Shiva Bhakta. I used to do my whole family, I got it from my whole family. That is the Ashtanga Kriya Yogi. I used to do the Kriya Yoga. That is, you know, that Lahiri Mahashai, then in Bharatvarsha, he bought that Ashtanga Kriya Yoga in India, actually. At that time, it was whole world is the Bharatvarsha. So that is what it is, that eightfold of the poster. So eightfold of poster, I used to do that. And I used to mainly pranayam. I used to do that. I don't know. I explain here that what is the pranayam means. Pranayam means that I'm telling you, Muladhara bodhi, pancha chakra vidhi, agga chakre jodi thako nirabodhi, bashi beshe nidhi, jabe bhavavyadi, bashi be ananda sagare. That means that Ananda, we are talking about Ananda, and that Ananda and this Ananda is different Ananda. That also I will tell. So Muladhar, there is a snake type, the Sushumna nani Bame Ilanari, Dokkini Pingala, Roja Toma Gune, Kurite Sekela, Modde Ase, Sushumna Bimala, Doro Doro Tare Shadari, Ar Kena Mon, Bromicha Baile, Charonaya Panantare. That means that in our Merudondo means that a spinal cord, there are three nari. And three nari, Bame, Ira, Dokkine, right side, Pingala, and in the middle, Shushumna. That Shushumna nari, at the end, and it is in a Muladhar. So in the Muladhar, there is like a snake. So that when we take the breath from oxygen air from the universe, that air must have to be pushed in the snake. That snake, it is not a straight. You know, the snake is a banded. That to push in the snake, then there is a bayu is there. Say that bayu come up to the Navi chakra. Then from the Navi, similarly, if you push, that is from the Navi to it come to the heart, then it come to the contour, means the neck, then it comes into the Agga chakra. Agga chakra jodi thako nirabodhi. So this is the process of pranayam. Prabhuji, in the Kali Yuga is very difficult. And people, so many people became a Bikalanga, means the injured themselves by doing this thing. So this is called the Guru Mukhi Vidya. In front of Guru, if Guru give the mercy, then it can be possible. Otherwise, never, it never be possible. So I used to do that. Then there is one day I was coming from my office and I was in the rickshaw. So in the rickshaw, then I was doing my pranayam. It is automatically coming and going in my body. Then I was thinking Shivalinga all the times. Pranayam, during the pranayam time, should think Shivalinga. Otherwise, pranayam will not be good. So then that Shiva, he was showing me Krishna's picture. I do not know who is Krishna Prabhu at that time. I thought that all over the Supreme Personality of Godhead is a Shiva. So then it was showing me Krishna's picture. Then I was bewildered. Why it is happened? It is something is wrong. My pranayam is not going well. Then I was more concentrated on my pranayam. Then again it was showing the Krishna. I do not know, Prabhu, why it is happened. So 3-4 times it was happened. I come home and I was at that time I'm doing that pranayam continuously. I'm doing pranayam. Then after some times, then I got a scholarship, British scholarship, that is. So in the British scholarship, then I came into England for a study that I did. I did actually in our country. I did a BS honors in chemistry and masters in organic chemistry. Then I came into England. I did MS in chemical engineering and PhD in chemical engineering. So when I was studying, so one day, evening time, there is one saffron person. He knocked my door. I opened the door. Then saffron person is Hare Krishna. He was studying the Hare Krishna, and I invite him and sitting him. I gave the fruits to eat, and he was talking about the Bhagavatam creation, all the creation. I feel a little bit interest because, and rest of the time, I do not understand anything. So because I do not know these things, I'm very interested in things. Then he invited me. This is a Mayfield temple president. So, and invited me to go to his temple. Then after I went 2 or 3 times in the temple, then I just see it because I am very attached with the Ashtanga yoga, and I do not know about this Vaishnavism, right? Then I came and I got the job offer from America in Louisiana State University. So then I came into Louisiana State University. So in Louisiana, I stayed again about 1 year. I don't like that environment. Then I got the admission again in Columbia University of New York. That is the Ivy League school in chemical engineering department again. So of course in the chemical engineering, then I used to live in New York City. Then sometimes in Janmashtami times, 1 or 2 times maybe I went to Radha Govindaji's temple in New York. After that, I got one fantastic job offer from Merck and Company, pharmaceutical company. They provided me a car and everything, house, everything in New Jersey. So then I come back to New Jersey. Then in my office, there are white people. They are discussing about the yoga. So at that time, I was explaining that what is yoga, but actually Ashtanga yoga, I was explaining them. Then I had a Srila Prabhupada a small book, that yoga picture is there. That book also I gave to him. And I told him, try, but it is difficult to do that. So then that information went to Madhupati Prabhu's. Madhupati Prabhu used to work in Merck and Company also. So then he came to my office, and first time he could not find out. Second time also he came, he could not find it out. Third time he came and he caught me. Then he was telling that he introduced himself, and he was telling that I heard you are distributing books and you are talking about the Prabhupada. I heard that, for that reason I came to you. So then we are talking that is. Then after that he invited again in his office. Then I went to his office after 5 o'clock. Every 5 o'clock I used to go there. And then we have one friendship grown. Then we used to talk. He used to talking about the Krishna consciousness. I was not too much interested in Krishna consciousness because I already got my guru and I am doing Ashtanga Yoga. So what can I do? Then after that, he invited me. He invited me. There is a one mystery is there. Amritananda Prabhu got the reference of Madhupati Prabhu from Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj. Bhakti Rasamrita Maharaj and Amritananda Prabhuji, they are the relative. So then Amritananda Prabhu also looking for Madhupati Prabhuji. Then Madhupati Prabhu and me, we are very close colleague in the marketing company. Then Madhupati Prabhu arranged the Bhakti Brikka every Saturday at Amritananda Prabhuji's house. So we are the only, he invited me also, we are the only 3 persons went to do the study Bhagavad Gita in Amritananda Prabhu's house every Saturday. 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock, it is not 10 o'clock, it is 12 o'clock around that. So from there, I am a little bit interested, and Madhupati Prabhu invited me to go to Tuako temple. I do not know how to go to Tuako. He mentioned that exit 44 or 43, go there, come, I will be there. Then Madhupati, I used to go there. Then slowly, and I took my children also. Madhupati Prabhu engaged them in the Bhagavad Gita class, my children. By this time, I used to listen that Maharaj or different speakers talk. So slowly, I am trying to, my mind is melting. Then finally, in the Ratha Jatra, I forgot which year, it is 1996, New York Ratha Jatra. So my Guru Maharaj came and he introduced me to my Guru Maharaj. So then I don't know, Prabhu, believe me, I do not have the faith at all at that time also. Then slowly, when Guru Maharaj comes, I go there and I was listen. Slowly, it is come. One day, what happened, Prabhu? From Tuako temple, there are 18-seated van. There are 2 vans. We are going to New Vrindavan. So we went to New Vrindavan, and early in the morning, next day, everybody went to Mangalarati. Over there, Guru Maharaj giving Bhagavatam class. So Bhagavatam class of Prabhuji, it is not entered into my ear. So then I was doing my pranayam and I feel a little bit uneasy. I went out and I was walking in front of the temple. So at that time, somebody came and beat my back. And then immediately at that time, I was doing the walking and I'm doing the pranayam. So then I just see that is Guru Maharaj beat me, and Guru Maharaj told me that come. Guru Maharaj going to his cottage number 10. So after Bhagavatam class, Guru Maharaj is going. Then I was thinking, why should I go? Oh, why? Then I stand in there. Then Guru Maharaj stand, and Guru Maharaj again look at me and again told me that come. Then I was thinking that let's go. What happens? And just like what he says, listen. Then Guru Maharaj enter into his cottage. In the downstairs, Guru Maharaj used to live, and the second floor, Ramapat Maharaj used to live. So in the first floor, in the sofa, Guru Maharaj sit in there, and I just enter. I just take my shoe off and I enter into there, and I bowed down to Guru Maharaj. Then, Prabhu, I was burst into tears. 30 minutes, about more than 30 minutes actually, I was crying and crying, crying and crying, crying and crying. I don't know, I do not have any sense. So after Guru Maharaj was telling, what Guru Maharaj was telling, he was talking with me, but I was crying and crying. It is not come in my heart. Then after my crying stopped, then Guru Maharaj blessed me and I bow down to Guru Maharaj, then I come back. From that, Prabhu, when Guru Maharaj used to come to Dwarka temple or Brooklyn temple, I used to go there. Then my deepness in Krishna consciousness is developed. By this time, my Shiksha Guru, Madhupati Prabhuji, I used to go to his office after 5 p.m. We used to talk about 8 o'clock. He doesn't have the family, and I am also little. That is, I was also listening whatever. Then the interest I am growing. Then from there, that the 3-person, that is then doing the Bhakti Bhikkhya, and there are a lot of people coming slowly. Then from there, starting, then I got the initiation. When I got the initiation, after that, then more seriousness came. That is the Krishna consciousness. I came into Krishna consciousness, Prabhu. Not easily. I supposed to come more early, but I do not know about what is Krishna consciousness. Even I miss Srila Prabhupada also. 1971, when India and Pakistan was fought, I was in India as an Sharanarthi, is called evacuee. At that time, Srila Prabhupada came to US to India. So I could go there, but I do not have that chance. Actually, I do not know. I did not know actually who is Srila Prabhupada and that things. And later I figured it out. This is I came into Krishna consciousness, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. That was very nice. Thank you very much. Very inspiring. I think Lord Shiva Mercy was there, and then you got the picture. I think from there you started loving Krishna, I think.
It is exactly
Yeah,
one of the Maharaj gave the lecture. He mentioned that Lord Shiva, he is so merciful, he transferred the devotee to Krishna. And it is true, Prabhu. He pushed me to Krishna. I do not know who is the Krishna, Prabhuji. To understand who is the Krishna takes a lot of years, Prabhu.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
So it was confused. Then a lot of things in my life, actually, I was supposed to come long time ago. And I am thinking, Prabhuji, there is a scripture that actually in my previous life, maybe I was in a Vaishnava family. For my bad work, I came in a Shakta family. And again, that previous work pushed me through the Lord Shiva to Lord Krishna. That I can think of this.
Yeah,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna devotee, Hari Bol. Many of you may not know, but because before the temple, we used to do the Mangalarati program at the Dattatreya Prabhu's home for many years. So Dattatreya Prabhu has many things to do about our congregation, and it's a great help to our congregation. And we cannot thank enough for arranging all those programs at his home for many, many, many years. Dattatreya Prabhu, thank you very much. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, would you know, Jayaprakash Bhai, the mysterious things, Jayaprakash Bhai?
Yeah.
Never ever miss Mangalarati at my home. I was so tired. He knocked the door and he welcomed me to attend Mangalarati. Not only that, we did 10 years, 24 hours Kirtan at my home. That is, who is the first inspirator? Would you know? Jayaprakash Bhai. And he and Mataji came before day and cooked how many in morning prasadam, in noon prasadam, in night prasadam. Again, next day, when it will be end, at that time prasadam. 4 or 5 times Jayaprakash Bhai. And at that time, our house full. There was no, it is very full for the 24 hours Kirtan. That is the Jayaprakash Bhai.
Yeah, but Dattatreya Prabhu, you're the one who opened your house and you allow us to make all the mess in your house, because after the program we run away, go home, and you and Mataji end up doing all the cleanings and everything, Prabhuji.
No, Prabhuji, that
All
is
glories to you, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
no, that is, and the main thing, our first Ratha Jatra, from the Ratha Jatra we started in ACNJ, Janmashtami, Gaur Purnima, all the big festival, the main Jayaprakash Bhai. Main Jayaprakash Bhai. I remember when Edison Fire Square when we started. At that time, Jayaprakash Bhai came and Jayaprakash Bhai, for cooking, don't worry. We used to cook in Dwarka, this temple. How it was all the people. There are 4 groups. We had a lot of energy we spent. Then by this time, Jayaprakash Bhai came. Then everybody and then relaxed. That he is the main person who is the main prasadam distribution, prasadam cooking. Atlantic City Ratha Jatra, 2,000 people's, 3,000 people's cooking. He and Mataji.
Yeah, but Prabhuji, we take help from all the devotees. We didn't do it by ourselves. All the devotees used to come and help. That was the key thing, Prabhuji.
Of course. Of course, Prabhu. Your contribution, you are the leader, Prabhu.
But leader is important, yeah.
You are the leader, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, you both are amazing. We are really fortunate having your association. Even my bhakti started from Prabhuji's like Mangala Aarti, right? I used to come alone when I started ISKCON, and really it helped me, Prabhuji, because listening every different lectures, right? Bhagavatam class after Mangala Aarti. And then I got that taste. Now also, without listening Bhagavatam, I cannot sleep. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Both are amazing. Jai Prakash Prabhu, without Jai Prakash Prabhuji, we cannot think about prasadam.
No way. No way. And Sankirtan, this Sankirtan.
And they both are so nice and never show like they're. Prabhuji always say, मैंने क्या किया? I never do anything like this. They are really good, Sakiti. We are fortunate actually. Thank you so much for your association. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Wonderful realizations.
That is another soul, another great soul, our Shivanshar Prabhuji, from our old bridge property, another soul. He was car accident, somebody hit his car. After that, though he came, he attended in our Mangalarati. Another example, it is a tremendous.
So we are all trying. trying, and all your mercy and all your help, support, mercy. And that's what it is all about. Nothing else. That's nothing is ours. It's only devotees' mercy. That's all. What is ours? Ours is nothing. All devotees' mercy. Nothing else. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, I really like the way you explain nicely about the initial section of today's class about the LA 24 Mahatattva and the gross and subtle elements, all those things, and after that your realization and how do you come to Krishna consciousness. That was amazing. That was so nice. And that's the mercy, you were pointing out the mercy of Guru Maharaj and mercy of devotees, and everything changes. So that's so nice, so wonderful. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That is good.
Yeah, I mean, Jayaprakash really mentioned about the Mangalarati at your home in Piscataway. Yeah, it was so amazing that early morning you set up everything and we, knocked the door 4:35. Mangalarati and beautiful prasadam, and Madaji was always struggling, to cope up with everything.
Yes, actually it is Bhakta Pada Jalo or Bhakta Pada Renu, Bhakta Bhukta Ei Tin Prema Mahadan. So it is also Bhakta. Without any Bhakta's mercy, nobody can achieve the Krishna Prem.
Yep, that's the mercy of devotees. We are nothing actually. We can't do anything
Exactly.
our own. It's all the mercy of devotees that
Mercy. Yes. It is the
we don't
devotee.
see that. We don't see that. We always think about ourselves. Okay, this is because of me that it's all happened. But that's not the reality. The reality is that the devotee's mercy is actually pulling us and giving us this opportunity to go along and go make progress into the Krishna consciousness. And if we make any progress in Krishna consciousness, that is just because of the devotee's mercy. It's not ours. And Krishna's mercy, of course. When devotee's mercy is not there, Krishna's mercy won't be there.
Yeah.
First is devotee's mercy. So we should always thank you so much for wonderful association that you started with it, and your dedication always bringing up everybody, and your humble nature. That's always I touched. Your humble nature, all respect, always that you're ready to do any service. That's great, actually, in terms of that touched me a lot. Whenever I see you, whenever I talk to you, your humble heart and sincere heart, and that's a quality of a devotee as well. It's very nice to see that. So it's very good. Thank you so much for your association all these years. That's what is I value most.
Yeah.
Is an
Thank you,
association.
Prabhuji. Please bless me. I can serve all of your lotus feet nicely. That is my aim, actually.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you so much. And this is possible as it's scriptures mention that should always more the devotees, their sacrifice, their service, their devotion, everything that all the time that gives a lot of lessons. And Bhagavatam is full of the devotees' glories. So you have to glorify devotees as well. And there are a lot to learn from each devotee. So it's wonderful. And of course, Jayaprakash Prabhu, always there to serve, and always ready to serve. No words to express, Jayaprakash Prabhuji, that since beginning, you were there for wonderful service anytime. And even in your home, you invite devotees many years for this Gita Parayana and Bhagavad Gita, Saptah, Bhagavad Gita, Arati and Bhagavad Gita recitation, and all the time you are there for cooking for the devotees. You are always ready. That very much touching, and your sincere, what is called dedication for Mangalarati. And I believe that since beginning, even we had the old bridge, you were there at the 4:30 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning that time. And that you continued when you have the temple, you are there in the morning, still now. It's very great to see that. It's wonderful. that determination and dedication is amazing. That's what is all. Whenever I see you, that your dedication is always touch me, and it's so nice. And thank you for your association as well, Prabhuji. It's so nice that to see everybody, not only you, that Mataji also so humbly, so nicely, serving everybody. That's what is nothing else. Krishna conscious means this is called Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much. Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, so it's 8:30 around. Anything else, dear devotees?
Thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing your story. It's so inspiring. It really motivates us to continue, our efforts. So thank you, Prabhuji. That's really a good one.
Wonderful.
Thank you, Mataji.
Continue to have mercy on us, Prabhuji. We really need it. All your mercies will help us growing in the business, Prabhuji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Okay, so let's conclude if there is nothing else. Okay, vancha kalpatarupasya Nidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Vaishnavrinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Gaudiya Vaishnavrinda ki
Jai.
Jai.
Gaura Premanande Hari Hari.
Hari 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 Bol.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everybody. Hari Bol.
Thank you, everyone.
Hare
Hari